Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, this is the time of year where we all make that New Year's resolution, and let's see how long we can hang on to it. We'll be talking to a licensed, registered dietitian, and she's going to teach us all how to stick to that New Year's resolution. Next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, tell me if this story sounds familiar to you. You've been eating and drinking your heart out since Thanksgiving. You may have put on a pound or two, so you make that New Year's resolution that I'm going to get a gym membership, I'm going to eat healthy. You get that gym membership, and within a month, you don't go to the gym anymore. It's a very familiar movie. Many of us have been playing it for years and years and years. So to teach us all how to get off that hamster wheel, we're going to talk to Caroline Susie. She's a registered licensed dietitian. Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure.
And tell me, does that sound familiar to you? We all do this, don't we?
I mean, it's a terrible cycle, to be honest. People overeat, overindulge, and then they feel guilty. And the last thing we want is for people to feel guilty for enjoying themselves over the holidays. So we'd like to break the cycle.
Okay, so when did you become interested in diet and nutrition?
I became interested in becoming a dietitian freshman year of college when, true story, it was the one class I didn't skip, so sorry, Mom and Dad. But I took that as a sign that, I'm obviously very interested in this if it's the one class that I am eagerly showing up for.
So how is it that, here it is 2024, soon to be 2025. We know more about how the body works than ever before. And you go to the grocery store and there are thousands and thousands of options. Why do we keep getting fatter and fatter?
I think it's a combination of things. Nutrition is a science. It's not an opinion. And we are learning more and more every day about how we can best use food to fuel ourselves. And again, not just live longer, but live healthier lives. We do live in a time where we like to sit a lot. And convenience is king. So we can order anything we want on our phones and have it dropped off in our house very quickly. Also, food in general. We tend to choose things that aren't as healthy or aren't as fresh or aren't as full of fiber. Part of that's convenience, but I think as a society, we have opportunity to do better.
And she's very successful. She's built an amazing company. Let's go ahead and roll down her website and talk about the kinds of clients that you like to work with.
I specialize in working with women, particularly with adult weight management. So women that are looking to maybe find some food freedom and maybe want to lose a little bit of weight. Spoiler alert, I do not work with any disordered eating, so if that's you, I will happily refer you to many wonderful dietitians that specialize in this. But yep, primarily women and weight loss.
Outstanding. And if you recognize her, it's because she's on the news all the time. I found a great clip. Let's go ahead and roll that now.
All right, you guys, good morning. Happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm out here on the patio with my dear friend, good to see you, by the way, a registered dietitian nutritionist, Caroline Susie. We got a life hack for you. Parents, you're going to love us today. Simple, nutritious, homemade, wink, wink, nudge, nudge dinners, right? Okay, so not really homemade, but nobody has to know. I want to show you this graphic real quickly that we found from eatright.org, and it says, basically, you're going to love this, family meals are making a comeback, and children who regularly eat with their families are more likely to have nutritious diets and even to get good grades in school, which is incredible.
It is incredible. It's a wonderful time to check in as a family. Sometimes that's people's only time together, so make the most of it. And don't feel pressure that you have to do this big situation and spend all your time in the kitchen. No. Frozen and canned foods are your best friend.
Okay, let's get right to it. So first off, you've got frozen ravioli.
Yes, frozen ravioli. This is also in the refrigerated section. What's nice is you can pair this with a jarred sauce. A lot of people are scared because they think jarred tomato sauce is very high in sugar. There's a ton on the market that are actually low in sugar. You just need to check the food label and pair that with a bag salad. I'm a big bag salad fan. What you want to do with these is there's a lot, in these are sometimes toppings and cheese and all the things. Just don't add that. Just do half the dressing with the salad. Boom, you're good to go.
Okay.
Veggie burgers.
Yes.
I know you love them.
I love
You're a
veggie
fan.
burgers. I know.
So again, tons of different options on the market. You want to look for one that is not too high in fat and it's still high in fiber. Easy to pair with a cucumber and tomato salad. It takes 2 seconds to slice a cucumber.
Kids will eat that.
They will. They love it.
All right.
Throw
they'll
some
be
ketchup
fine.
on it. They'll be down.
Well, you and I have talked about frozen vegetables for years.
I
and
love
years.
them, love them, love them. I think probably because we grew up like in the 80s and we think TV dinners with the brownie in the middle.
It's fine.
Revisit your frozen food aisle, people, folks. A lot of time these vegetables, when you look at the ingredients list, it just says the vegetable on it. For example, it'll say broccoli, cauliflower, carrots.
Yeah.
Boom, that's what you're doing. Another life hack is rotisserie chicken. So you can either carve and serve or shred. I like shredded because in Texas we can do so many things with that, like tacos or enchiladas or things like that. So life hack, high protein, low sugar, great choice to have on hand. And I served this one with frozen mashed potatoes. It's cauliflower, mashed cauliflower.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
tricky. Let's talk about this salad.
Okay, big fan of Caesar salads. Kids love them. And
They
look at
do?
this. Hold
Are
on.
you
Let
kidding me?
No, I'm serious. Let me make dinner. Boom. Look at that. Dinner's
Wow,
done.
I love
if
it.
you wanted to add more chicken, this is again where you could add more of that rotisserie chicken in. Just go easy on the dressing. Toss, and you always want to serve with a carbohydrate. So whole grain bread there, and you can find that in the bakery.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Caroline's going to stick around. We're going to be on I Am Still Up at the Daybreak Facebook page. You guys know how we do this by now. So join us over there. Continue the conversation. Maybe you can share your recipes with us as well.
You're such a great communicator. Have you always been able to talk like this?
I can talk to a wall.
Yeah. So the thing I'm most impressed is you make it easy, and I think so many of these diet books are weighing stuff and making a bunch of meals on a Sunday, and it doesn't have to be that complicated.
No, nobody has time for that. We're all working full time. Many of us are caregivers, whether to our kids or our parents. The last thing that we need is a recipe with 20 ingredients. Who has the time? So keep it simple. You can keep it simple and it's still going to be nutritious and delicious.
If you go to her social media pages, you're going to see all kinds of recipes. We've got a little sizzle reel, if you will, and I want you to kind of narrate this. So what are we looking at here?
Oh, yeah, this is some easy chicken chili. Again, look at that. I leverage canned foods. As long as they're low in sodium, you're good to go. Canned has a great shelf life, so a pantry staple. Baked chicken tacos. These are so delicious. I love a crock pot. Again, work full time. I'm a caregiver, so crock pot is my best friend. So leveraging, again, canned foods in my crock pot, and boom, dinner is ready. It's so nice, too, to come home from work and have your house smell like someone's been cooking all day. It just makes you feel productive. Oh, and then, who doesn't like pizza? Everyone likes pizza, and there's so many high-quality doughs on the market today, whole grain doughs. And it's really a wonderful way to get kids in the kitchen, too. They can be a part of buying, chopping, and building that pizza. Great vehicle for vegetables. And then I can always make my dietitian joke. The only time I'm cutting carbs is when I'm cutting a pizza.
Ba-dum-bum. She'll be here all week. Tip your waiter. I want to show your services page of your website because there's many different ways that people can engage you. Let's go ahead and scroll down the services page. You have different packages. So why don't you kind of narrate this for us?
Yeah, so, really it's at first time or coming back. We know that nutrition and weight management is very challenging. So for first time I'm working with new clients, I do like to spend a full hour one-on-one to get your health history. And we'll work together to prescribe a personalized meal plan for you. That does include follow-up visits, access to a platform, a HIPAA-compliant platform, because we always have to be legal. We also have a regroup package, so if you're coming back, it's been a minute, we can still support you. And we also can do metabolic testing if medically appropriate.
Okay, what's one of your favorite client success stories? You don't have to name the client.
We'll call her Jane.
Okay.
Okay, so Jane came to me, and she had just done the diet, all the diets. So anything that she saw on Facebook, she was trying, and she just felt, just tired. Well, it turns out this woman wasn't eating enough. And I know that sounds counterintuitive to eat more to lose weight, but I mean, she really was starving herself. So it felt good as a dietitian to give her permission to eat all these foods she loves. So we reworked her meal plan. Flash forward a few weeks, she was seeing results, but most importantly, she felt better. She had more energy, she slept better, she felt like a better partner and a better mom. So that is what makes me so happy.
And I love it that you're encouraging her to eat more, but it's healthy, and so many diets are restrictive.
I mean, it's a red flag. Honestly, diets need to be inclusive, not exclusive. So if it's excluding a lot of major food groups, I want a red flag to go up and just pause and see, is this right? Because if you're excluding a lot of different food groups, you might increase your risk for becoming deficient in certain vitamins and minerals. You might not be meeting your other macronutrient needs. So it's really important that you take a step back and think, is this medically appropriate, and is this gonna make me feel better?
Okay, outstanding. We got about a minute left. So final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with, people who have been yo-yo dieting for years?
You don't have to yo-yo. My biggest advice is work with a registered dietitian. Dietitians are the nutrition experts. There's a lot of confusion between the word dietitian and nutritionist. In theory, anyone can be a nutritionist, whether you take a weekend course or a webinar. But to be a dietitian, you've gone to an accredited university. Most, now in 2025, will have their master's, completed 1,200-hour supervised internship that's not paid, and has ongoing continuing education. Dietitians are seen in hospitals providing medical nutrition therapy. Many is covered by insurance. So if you want help with nutrition, go to the expert, a registered dietitian nutritionist.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your wisdom, and it's going to be an amazing 2025. Let's go ahead and end with her website, which is CarolineSusieRD.com. The great Caroline Susie. Thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.